podcast fam? It's Dan here with another episode of Fun, a podcast where we take fun very seriously. It's early. Dan's recording this one in the morning. This isn't a late one. That's because I'm recording it in the morning for a very specific reason. Before I touch on that, let me introduce as always, my podcast producer, Nathan. Nathan, welcome. There's nothing in your introductory spot in the script.
Oh, hello, Daniel. Don't worry. No, I got it. So it's early morning, and today I have my Universal mug from Starbucks all set and ready to go to talk with...
You see, they announced those Wicked ones. Like those fancy mugs. They have Wicked ones of these mugs.
Do they defy gravity?
If you throw them.
That's true.
But the reason we're recording is because... Not the reason why we're recording. The reason we're recording in the morning is because I have with us, as a guest for this very special episode, internationally recognized theme park newsbreaker and new mother, heads daytime podcast recordings, Alicia Stella. Alicia,
hi.
Welcome.
Very off-brand. I have a Disney resort cup today.
It's not off-brand. We have some Disney questions for you about overpriced cake, but we'll get there. We'll get there, Alicia. We'll get there. First, Alicia, I have to know, how the heck am I going to get into Epic Universe? What is going on? Do I have to buy a 4-day ticket, a 3-day ticket? Is it going to cost me $600? Can you just give me, like, the short of it? Because I'm too impatient to understand.
The short of it is, if you don't care about going opening day or maybe opening weekend, you could probably wait to buy tickets until more ticket types become available, because the only one that is generally available to the regular public right now is a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day or more pass to Universal Orlando as a whole, with only 1 day at Epic Universe. But if you wait, I don't know, until later this year or the beginning of next year, you could probably buy just as many Epic Universe tickets as you want without getting the attached twin, latching on and holding on for dear life Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure tickets that come with them right now.
Yeah, and another question is, if I get a 3 or 4 day ticket, do I have to, what is my life going to, is Epic going to be my first day, or do I have to do 2 days of nonsense as an anticipation, or do I sandwich it like an Oreo?
In a 3-day ticket, you have a 5-day window to use all 3 of your day tickets. You can choose to go to Epic Universe any one of those 5 days, beginning with the first day you go to any of the parks. Do you have to make an Epic Universe reservation for the first day? No, but you have to specify
this is gonna be chaos,
the
Alicia.
First day of your 3-day ticket. You have to specify that day, which means Universal Orlando has a floating algorithm to figure out what 5 days you may go to Epic Universe and not sell too many tickets for those 5 days, even though you only have 1 day ticket, which means, in my mind, go early on the day you plan to go to Epic Universe. It might fill up.
Yeah, that's a little terrifying. Wait. No, it can't fill up, Alicia. I was pitched a whole park that was based on pockets and portals and tickets that allow people to manage their time in different parts of the park. Is it possible for Epic Universe to fill up?
It's made of steel. I assure you it can sink.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right. There is, I guess, no way to really manage an unmanageable crowd, so I guess there will be a limited amount of tickets, I guess, so.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because I have a feeling there'll still be day tickets available the day of, maybe even opening day, because of the fact that they can't pre-sell more than they're already leaving open for the possibility of people going on these multi-day tickets. So they're kind of weirdly limiting themselves on how many pre-sale tickets they could do, because they're not doing dated tickets for those multi-day tickets. They will do dated tickets for the annual pass holder single day add-on special preview tickets, which will be dropping tomorrow when we're recording this.
That was so many words for a thing. I'm just going to wait until next year, I think.
Is there going to be previews? Or will people go before the first day? If I get a ticket...
This is specifically, I'm talking about a preview ticket, a ticket that comes out before the tickets. It is not a ticket for previews. Tickets for previews will probably be available at the beginning of next year and in the months leading up to Epic Universe.
If I wait, I might be able to get a ticket to Epic Universe before the opening day ticket even activates.
If you are a current annual pass holder, yes, probably. There will be soft
I need to jump on board.
Opportunities.
What's it cost to annual pass these days? Like $400 or $500?
$600 for the pass. That means you don't have to pay parking.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. I think it's
Is that going to get me into Epic too, or do I have to add on?
You'll have to add on.
You have that on, yeah.
Wow, so we are approaching. Whoa, Universal, interesting.
I think my pass is already like $1,000.
Yeah,
I think
we're approaching
the premiere
Disney
is already
annual pass
the premiere
prices.
is.
Yeah,
Yikes.
my premiere is already $1,000.
Whoa.
I'm getting them. The premiere
And I don't even
pass,
have Volcano Bay.
Technically, that's a 2-park seasonal. Hold on, 3-park annual. Let's go as high as possible. If you get the 2-park, which I'm assuming wouldn't count. I don't know how they're dealing with Epic there. Let's just say 3-park. That's $740 for the preferred, and then $195 for the premiere. So I don't count any passes that don't give you free parking because that's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
interesting. Because we just had our annual Disney Parks price hike for annual passes in Florida, adding about $100 on. I think now.
And I renewed yesterday before they dropped the prices. What good luck is that?
Wow, Alicia Stella, insider trading. What's it like? What's it like being a member of Congress, where you get insider news and then you rush to the stocks to cash in on cheaper annual prices before the. So, yeah. That answers a lot of things. There's a 3 or 4 day ticket.
No,
there's
it asks more questions than it answers.
There's a window
seriously.
of tickets. No, well, I mean, like now I just know what avenues of thought and rabbit holes I can go down in terms of options I might or might not have.
If you buy a general admission ticket now, no matter which one you buy, it's going to give you multiple days at the other parks and only 1 day at Epic. If you wait a few months, you'll probably be able to buy single day tickets unless you're a pass holder, which, by the way, you have to be a pass holder and already have gone to at least one of the theme parks existing. Because I saw a lot of people in other states going online and buying an annual pass, but it has to be activated. You have to go through a turnstile.
Think about the cash you could turn right now. If you're an entrepreneur in Florida, you could you could have a collection of mustaches and glasses, and you just go in and you activate everyone's annual passes for them for a small fee. Yeah. This is great, guys. You could make a mint.
You just have to wear one of those Mission Impossible masks because they do facial recognition now.
Yeah, they do biometric scanners. And I imagine that those biometric scanners that are set up everywhere will be activated come time Epic, right?
Dan, we'll get our buddy Drew Taylor on this. We'll get those Mission Impossible those masks. We got this.
They're already doing facial recognition at the current parks.
Yeah.
That's how you get in
crazy.
now.
That's crazy.
You just have to scan your ticket first.
Right. It's Minority Report. And it's the future, guys. It's the future.
It's what it is it's oppression because you have to smile, and I'm not always in a good mood.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait.
It's a good point.
The system will not work unless you smile. And it tells you on the screen, smile. And I'm like,
what if my base photo isn't me smiling? Does that not matter?
I don't think it'll record their base photo. A team member will come out and be like, you need to smile, mister, or you're not getting in this theme park.
That's ableist, I think, right?
What if you can't smile?
Is that ableist?
I believe it is.
We're
blowing the lid right off of this.
Yeah. People aren't really fond about you stretching parts of your face to make them tighter, Nathan.
You know who does
so if
great?
You could maybe,
who does
just
great?
Pull back on that.
I'm telling you what. You know who does great on this? The Joker gets into parks. Like
sure.
That. Not a problem.
It scans him from like 20 feet away.
He's good.
Yeah, he gets in no problem. You need a little bit of laughing gas, and you'll get right in. Yeah. Speaking of meetable characters in the park, exciting news from New York Comic Con, Alicia. I don't know if you were there or not. You're not. You weren't. I know you weren't. I don't know why you asked that.
The news isn't real either. It's fake news. But go ahead.
It's fake?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's fake news, Alicia?
Yeah.
Not on my podcast.
See, my headline would be a lot of misinterpretations coming out of New York Comic Con on the Epic Universe panel. And a lot of people reading into what they think they heard, but not what was actually said. But go ahead.
Okay. So the rumor is The hot take is that Phantom of the Opera and Creature of the Black Lagoon, from the Black Lagoon, of the Black Lagoon,
From
of the Black Lagoon.
I mean, also from technically.
Both work.
No, he's from upstate New York. He's
Black Lagoon is a
Creature
small
of the
village.
Black Lagoon.
He retired to Lagoon.
Yeah, creature of the Black Lagoon from upstate New York. That's the reboot.
Right.
It's coming after Wolfman. We're
Right,
excited.
and he wears a cardigan the whole time. Is this not true, Alicia? Tell me what's going on.
I believe someone said, okay, like I haven't actually watched the panel, so I'm not an authority on anything, but I do know that Creature from the Black Lagoon and Phantom of the Opera will be on the ride Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment, a Kuka-based indoor dark ride that has all of the Universal monsters except for the bride, Frankenstein's bride for some reason. And when they said...
Misogyny, that's why, Alicia. Misogyny.
She's in the land. She gets to be represented in the land, but not on the ride.
As a walk-around character? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Are you breaking the news?
No, that's
She's
their
already in the
concept
park.
art. Yeah. So here's the thing. They said Phantom of the Opera and Creature from the Black Lagoon will be in Dark Universe. That's it. That's what they said. And they will be, because they're on the ride.
Right.
They're represented on the ride.
That makes sense.
Are we going to have... Is it going to be a lot of like those screen pockets, you think, like the Harry Potter Kuka arm?
No,
line?
not the big giant domes that move with your vehicle, because those aren't in the permits. It's giant LED walls are in the permits.
Okay.
So you're moving along a wall.
A jumbotron.
And there's like monsters on Kuka arms up in your face like Dementors. And then there's a patent for one technology where Dracula or a monster is like right up in your face and he's like a robot and he's like, I'm going to suck your blood. And then you move in the vehicle and he moves and he goes behind like a pillar and then he's on the screen and it's seamless.
I like that.
It's
I
a
like
patent.
Interesting.
Yeah,
can't
so
wait
they're
to
going to
see.
blend reality and screens instead of like having a big dome just like appear in front of your face.
Nice.
That's much better.
That makes me super excited. It feels very Spider-Man in terms of practical effects blending in with screens to make like a seamless thing. I love riding Spider-Man without 3D
Dan,
glasses
are you
on,
saying
just
that things
looking
are
around.
starting to heat up? Is that what you're saying?
Things are starting to heat up, indeed.
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine we all have hats. We all have baseball caps. I just
Yeah.
realized.
We do.
Imagine.
That's because it's early and none of us have showered.
I didn't wash my hair last night. I have stitches in my leg, and I do not want to be in the shower any longer than I have to be.
Valid.
What was my point? Spider-Man stops for each scene. I mean, you're moving for 15 seconds, but you're in front of one big screen. And Gringotts stops, and you're like literally stopped in front of a screen. What's great about Forbidden Journey in the Kuka arm rides is that it's always constantly moving. So if you take away the screen carousel that's right in front of you, you'll actually have a sense of going somewhere. Even if you are in front of a screen, because you're really actually going somewhere.
You're actually moving.
A bunch of
Yeah.
foreground elements and real sets and then screens behind it, which LEDs like the Born Stuntacular show create their own light. So LEDs, you don't have to worry about keeping all of the sets dim so that you can see a projection. The LEDs will actually like the volume when they film Mandalorian is the lighting. So we'll have some practical characters, practical sets, and then the LED screen. So I'm very excited about this ride. A ride where you can find Phantom of the Opera and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Now, I have some breaking news that Gerard Butler is showing up at some point to Epic Universe. So there will be one day where there is technically a Phantom of the Opera meet and greet. But
There you go. I love a Gerard Butler.
so.
Yeah, the only meet and greet characters that have been officially announced and confirmed are...
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I was about to ask you that next in the notes. So
I saw
please
that.
dive in.
I saw your braid through the cap. Igor, and that's the version of Igor from the ride, and Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, who is not listed as part of the ride, but is a meet and greet character somehow. I'm assuming it's the bandage one, so you can actually see him. Otherwise, it's like
Gotta be a
Invisible
fun
Man,
gag,
ladies and
though.
gentlemen.
There's got to be some kind of fun gag.
I'd pay way more money for a photo of just an empty space
Like
next to me.
a door opens and it's like, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, and then like the seat depresses. And there's
Oh,
nothing.
I want it
like
so
a coffee
bad.
mug floats in front of it, nothing, and then goes back, and then you just take a picture like this.
That rules.
It's like all those novelty toys growing up that are just plastic containers
dog?
with no toy inside of it. Yeah.
There'll also be a
the dog
character who, yes, the dog leash. I used to have that from Magic Kingdom. There'll also be a character who plays music. She's pictured in front of the well in front of the village of Darkmoor. And then there's characters in the Burning Blade Tavern who, I forgot what they call them, but they show off all the
Burning
monster. Men. No, they're monster hunters.
Burning Man? Man?
I'm just gonna ignore you. The Burning Blade Tavern.
That's what I do.
Is where all the monster hunters hang out. So you'll have various people come in and be like, "You see that head on the wall? I murdered that monster," and they're like, you get their autograph because this is Universal and that's family.
They said the same thing was going to happen at Batu. All right, they said, "Oh yeah, we'd have bounty hunters everywhere."
Who said that? Who said that? Disney said that. Universal will have a scare actor
and
in the
thing
queue
you'll be like,
for Kong Skull Island for 3 whole months. Thank you very much.
There's a Dark Universe credit system, and you just got to scan QR codes on Dark Universe crates.
I don't know. They say they were going to have power-up bands in Super Nintendo World, and then they did.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, speaking of Nintendo World, they're going to have some meetables. They're going to have all the Italian boys and their girlfriend, right? And also some fun guy.
A little fun guy.
Do they have Princess
Daisy
Diana or whatever her name is? Daisy, there you go.
No.
No, there's no Daisy. Not yet. Not yet. But there will be a donkey. There will be a DK.
They have not confirmed Donkey Kong yet as of now, but they're building a meet and greet stage, so I'm assuming he's going to show up.
Oh, yeah.
But not yet
like a
confirmed.
Blinky Donkey Kong. I have a whole script. I've just been sitting on it. I've been patiently waiting to see this new donkey.
I think they're
Kong.
I think they're waiting until it opens in Japan first before they announce it here.
That's my question. I was going to ask this later. Are we just going to wait until May now in Japan to see the DK expansion? Like, are they just going to open it simultaneously with Epic? Like,
maybe?
Like
because
with the Epic previews?
Ours here in Orlando was still under construction when they ran into whatever issues they ran into in Japan. So I think they were able to actually fix it here first because they built it right here and then test it here and then fix whatever was messed up there.
Yeah, we're not seeing Donkey Kong until next year, aren't we? It's not going to be a...
They really want to... If I was Nintendo, I'd probably be standing there going, "You got till December 31st. Let's do this."
Yeah,
and
you have to the end of Q4.
Universal's like, keep testing. Get those hours up. I feel like it could open this year in Japan. They're just not going to announce it because they're tired of being wrong.
Yeah. Dan, do you have a large section of your video about the Donkey Kong rap? I hope so.
DK rap? Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, good.
It's very important.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
It's lore. It's our hymn.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Good.
There will be wizard things to meet too, right? We're gonna have like some wizard meetables.
There'll be aurors.
Aurors? Get the heck out!
Aurors.
Really?
Everyone's favorite Wizarding World characters, random aurors from the French ministry, not even the British one, the one that we didn't even remember from Fantastic Beasts 2.
Well, to be fair, no one remembers anything from Fantastic Beasts 2.
Right.
So.
Remember that one character that Newt was in love with? She was an auror, but she got fired. And then in the third movie, also fired.
Hey, listen, as long as they have like Kingsley Shacklebolt on vacation in France, like that's all I care about.
I'm sorry. Kingsley Shacklebolt only appears on the ride Battle at the Ministry. And I'm not joking, he's actually listed as part of the ride.
Is he? Well,
yes.
then things just got a little bit more interesting. Are you saying that I'm not going to be able to meet weird circus freaks, though, in the Harry Potter land? Like, they have this whole circus McGurkus thing going on.
What?
Like,
hold on, I need to stop you there. Dan, what word did you use when you were trying to describe this to me earlier?
Well, I don't know. What did I say?
You said minstrel show. Which
I don't think that's the right word.
I corrected you, because...
Renaissance fair minstrel, man. Like, not like offensive minstrel. Like the one with the hat.
Anyway.
Correct me, college professor. Tell me what, because I need to know what I should be saying.
Just don't use the word menstrual. You'll be okay.
Okay.
Do you put like a little clip at the beginning of the podcast before like you would do the intro? Because that's the clip.
Oh, not before, but if you don't think there's social media clips,
That's
I marked
the one.
it. It's good.
That's the one for
one day I'll
socials.
understand what I'm saying. One day I'll understand.
Today's not that day.
Is Toothless is going to be there, the same Toothless that we've already seen in the parks, right? Just kind of brought up, or a new one?
New one.
Wow.
New one.
What, do you know what's going to be different about this Toothless? Is that going to be a guy on all fours?
No. Maybe. Actually, I'm not sure. I just think it's going to be more life-size because the one at Hollywood that was there for promotion of a movie was smaller than Toothless actually
small,
is.
super small,
right.
yeah.
So actual size Toothless, more like the one in the stage show because he's going to be meeting right outside the stage show. And I think it's a mix of animatronic features and puppeteering.
Oh,
Sort of.
interesting. So Toothless will be kind of like stabled up. He won't like just be like
I think so.
free
I think
balling it out.
Kinda
He's in front of
Raptor-esque.
He's
Yeah.
going to be located at the stable, at least according to concept art. And then Stormfly and
Infamously Gandalf's horse, I think.
girl character from film series. God, I really need to rewatch these movies.
Yeah.
His
I think
name's
they're more
Hiccup, so
free
what's her
roaming.
name? Barf or something?
Yeah,
Like
it is Barf. Yeah.
Barf and Hiccup in love.
I should have notes in front of me. Anyway, they're more free roaming, like the Hollywood Raptor encounter. Like Stormfly, I think, can walk around, at least according to concept
Yeah, and no
art.
way they're not doing like baby dragons like they do have like with the baby
No,
raptors.
they might sell baby dragons though. It's in the gift shop concept art.
Well,
It's a rumor.
if I can go my whole Florida vacation with a banshee on one shoulder and a toothless dragon on the other, actively puppeteering it frantically behind my back with both hands, I'll live a life, man. I'll live 1,000 lives every vacation.
Well, Universal's not going to let you leave each land unless you spend $50 on an interactive toy. So
That's
Wow.
why that's why it's so like they're potted. So there's not as many people in each. But
Hey,
because
it
that's
works
because
for
you have to
comedy
pay
clubs.
to get out.
They
Yeah.
make you pay $25 on drinks and fries before you leave. So I mean, like, if it works for them, why
yeah.
not?
The portals are actually just pinch points to make sure that they can
They're
keep
those
you from-
they're those Amazon smart checkout things that the cameras have scanned everything you've picked up, and then you walk out of the portal and ka-ching, it catches you out.
yeah. Yeah.
We're giving them free ideas is not a good idea. It's
Right.
bad.
Hey, Alicia, will the Celestial Park have like space boys with abs or something? What's going to go on
The
there?
Lightyear, can we have the live action
live
Lightyear?
action
show
Lightyear.
up
They
at-
got it will fit in. The suit looked great. It just was so freaking weird.
They have an entry area that I have a feeling will have characters, but they also have a small entertainment stage that will probably have something with the Celestials in it or whatever they're calling themselves. Celestians. Celestians.
Celestial.
Yeah, we don't want Marvel knocking down the door.
Epcot
The
or
Celestians.
Celestial. Right. Soon to be cut, eventually budget restrained characters in the opening land of whatever introductory park. When was the last time we saw
get
that
your
kooky
photos.
wizard by that lighthouse? Like by in Islands of Adventure.
Well,
They were
they
like
brought-
there were really kooky characters there, weren't
They
there?
brought new characters to Port of
some.
Entry for 2 years or 3 years. They're gone again, but they were back. They were like piratey.
You're just arriving with receipts proving the point I was making.
No. I'm saying that unlike the Citizens
Also-
of Hollywood, sometimes they come back at Universal.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's weird that they name the front of Islands of Adventure like the same name as that Spanish theme park. You know what I mean? Like Port Aventura is just like it's like a full out Spanish theme park, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Port
then the
Aventura
front-
World,
Yeah, and then the front of the Islands of Adventure is called what?
Port of Entry, which is what you call something when you enter a
Sounds
port.
the same to me. If I'm not a native speaker, you know what I mean. If I don't speak English, sounds exactly the same. Sounds exactly the same to me.
Alicia, one thing Dan's been trying to do is get the far right crowd. So he's just he does these moments where he's sort of like just slightly presses unnecessary
Just
buttons.
like to let everyone know that I'm an uneducated, poor, trash Pennsylvania mountain man. So, like,
I mean,
I'm
all
trying
that's
my
true,
best.
but you're also nice. I mean,
I'm trying
you know,
my best. I'm really trying my best.
I love that your dog whistle is not understanding other languages.
We didn't say he was good at this. We didn't say he was good at this. The numbers
Are
show.
words the same?
Oh no, that's so funny, Alicia. So you have some good bets that there'll be space boys with abs. Is all you're saying?
Yeah, sure. That's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's,
If Disneyland could pull it off for Tomorrowland, I think that the Stella is the hotel named after you. By the way, can we just confirm or deny? Is the Stella Nova Hotel a nod to international theme park
Permit
newsbreaker? Yeah, the Princess of Permits herself. It has to be, right?
So, okay, when I first joined Second Life in 2006, Second Life, the virtual world, I named my store Constellation Mall.
Wait, you just stop every video you're working on. Stop all the content that you're making. Stop the podcast. I need a theme park stop Alicia Stella special report, My Life in Second Life, where I want to see the character.
Wild.
I want to see the worlds you've built. Did you buy property? Like, did you have a
built
car?
Rides. I had an island.
Did you?
I built rides.
You were the
I had theme park
John
attractions.
Hammond of Second Life?
It's
John Hammond, right?
I sold
Spare no
nightclub
expense.
supplies in Second Life, so I don't think I'm the John Hammond.
What,
so much
like
as-
LSD?
No, tip jars. Look, we're getting off topic.
No, we're getting so close to a topic that I want to talk about. You sold.
We're gonna bring you back. We're gonna talk about Second Life for an hour and a half.
You sold virtual tip jars?
Yes. Because the club owners have the dancers out front, and usually people just give money directly to the dancers, but the club owners are paying for the establishment, so they want a percentage. So they had me create a tip jar that when you put the money in the tip jar, it keeps track of everything.
So you were helping Second Life pimps, basically.
It sends money to the club owner, and the rest stays with the dancer out front, so that you're splitting tips instantly through the tip jar. And
This is
strangely, I was the first person to invent that.
This is absolutely groundbreaking news here on the on the fun
My
podcast.
store was Constellation Mall because Stella means star, and Stella is in the middle of the word constellation. So when you're making something about Universal Studios and you want to make it all spacey themed, you're going to do what I did and start using space words like celestial, constellation, Stella, Terra, Luna. You're going to eventually come across Stella and go, well, what about that annoying girl who does all those videos revealing all our secrets? And it'd be like, whatever, it's a word, it means star, we're running out of space words. Just name the hotel that.
True, yeah. I guess there's only so many space words.
Yeah.
There's only so many space words.
Right.
So, but it's funny
I'm
because
printing the legend. It's named
my
after
first
you.
store in Second Life looked like it belonged in the center of Epic Universe. It had the same, like Constellation Carousel is the same design as my railings in my mall that look exactly like the roof for this carousel. And I'm having this weird out of body experience where I'm like, I've lived all this before. Because my name is Stella. That's it.
Yeah.
Is it like Sims in that you just go to a shopping center and you get stuff to decorate your mall, or are you stretching tubes digitally? You know what I mean?
Thing.
And making
I did the
shiny
second
balls.
thing. I made everything from scratch to start with. I would start with a cube, and it's funny because it's not a modeling program at first. It was just here's a cube, and then you use the editing and bloop, stretch the cube, and then contort the cube, and then next thing you know, you're writing code, and 10 years of your life have gone by, and you're questioning your decisions.
Is that where you picked up the coding bug? Is from Second Life?
Yeah, I learned to code from Second Life, and then from there learned to code websites.
Well, you know what? I've got my entire career from Disney Infinity, so I guess it just is what it is.
Well, I did used to hack games like The Sims and Roller Coaster Tycoon so that I can make my own objects. So I would import homemade modeled 3D modeled things into Roller Coaster Tycoon and Zoo Tycoon. So they had a dinosaur plugin or add-on for Zoo Tycoon. So I made like the visitor center from Jurassic Park, and I turned all the tour vehicles into little explorers from Jurassic Park. So
Why
like
aren't
my
you just
version,
not professionally streaming Coaster Planet 2? Like, what are you doing? Why are you?
I don't think my
breaking
computer's
news?
good enough for that. Like that was me in my early 20s. I was more, I'm gonna hack this video game. Now I'm like, I need to.
What is
sit
your
down.
preferred operating system?
PC, whatever I can afford.
You're not like a Linux. You're not like one of those I only use Python, bro, or whatever.
I do have to know though if you dived into the Jurassic Park park building games, the Evolution and Evolution 2.
No, I don't think
they're really good. They're really good.
Once it became actually Jurassic Park branded, it's not fun for me. I want to create it from scratch.
I mean, you get Jeff Goldblum telling you like, oh, "Be careful." I don't know. It was just.
I don't really play games. I just hack them.
Okay. Oh, that's
like I didn't explore Second Life.
What a cool thing to say. What a cool thing to say at a bar.
For Second Life.
I don't play games. I just hack them.
I don't find fun in playing the games. I make them aesthetically pleasing with my own input.
There you go.
It's honestly, I kind of like that because people like yourself are the reason why we know so much about video games. There are so many I've gone down so many rabbit holes of deep video game Easter eggs, and I'm truly obsessed with them. And the only reason why we know about half of them is because someone has mined the code and found the triggers on what level, you know what I mean? And then you go hunting for that thing. It's great. It's great. I don't even know what program you open up, you know what I mean? Like Mario Sunshine on, other than a GameCube. But
I like all of the Animal Crossing games, and I usually play them earnestly for a few weeks, and then I start trying to find exploits to make millions of bells. And I go online and I'm like, did anyone else find this exploit? If you do this and leave this out overnight, then this happens, and then you could go over here. Back on the GameCube days, there was a way to go to this tropical island with tropical fruit, and you had to listen to Cap'n sing for 10 minutes, and you had to use a DS connected to your GameCube. Very complicated situation, but you could bring back all that fruit. But if you plant the fruit, you get to grow it on your own island. So I made my entire island just fruit trees from tropical fruit, and I'd be like, what do I do now? I have nothing to do but grow fruit, and I have millions of bells, but nowhere to enjoy it. And then that's when I realized I don't play video games.
Yeah, you just break them. There's some people listening right now that feel very seen by you and your fruit exploit. People are oh yeah, I do that. People
in the current game, you can press a button and Captain's like, oh, I guess you don't want a song, and then he stops singing. You didn't used to be able to do that. You had to listen to the full 10-minute song.
Listen to the whole song. And now Alicia's going up to Tom Nook and is like, listen, I got these digital tip jars. When someone tips your dancers, you get to keep a portion of the tips.
Exactly.
Seems like Tom Nook would do that, yeah.
The Second Life dancers also people playing the dancers, or were they robots like Abraham Lincoln?
Think of Second Life as a big chat room, and the avatars is just what people see while they're talking to you. So, yeah, she's dancing on a dance pole, but really she's just selecting a dance from a pre-programmed menu, and you guys are having a chat. That's all.
I like this version of Alicia Stella who sort of owns the bada bing.
Look, Tony Soprano, Alicia Stella. Listen, doll, it's fine.
Look, I also made other things. I made window blinds that open and close proportionally.
The strip clubs keep my theme park operating. What can I say?
I wanted to make a cool Halloween ride. I gotta pay the bills somehow.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Speaking of dancers, I heard you just saw the new parade at Universal finally.
Finally, yeah.
You are Universal Stella, and it took you a year to see this parade? What was the delay?
I have a child.
Yeah, I guess a newborn will keep you away from theme park parades.
She's 9 months in a week, and she does not the parade was supposed to be a daytime parade, but it was happening at 5 p.m. And I have to pick her up from daycare at 4, and we only started daycare a month ago. So there's only so many hours in the day. I've technically been on maternity leave for 6 months this year, which is great because it started right when they started announcing Epic Universe stuff. So January, I got that first announcement, and I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. Every month, they're going to announce something new. I'm ready. And they're like, baby. Oh, yeah, no, I forgot.
Yeah.
So, like, I only been working nights and weekends when Jen is home, and the parade, unfortunately, was at the time when I have to be taking care of the baby. So Halloween Horror Nights bumped the parade down to 2 p.m. and I'm like, I could be there at that time. So I went and saw it now.
Oh, nice. What'd you think about it? It's been a minute since we've had a good big Universal parade.
I really like it, but I feel like I want to complain because it's so close to greatness. And I hate that I want to complain. Like, the floats are really well done and different for something Universal would do. A lot of entertainers. It's so weird how you take for granted when you go see like a Disney parade, and Disney's got like 1,000 princesses on that mirror float from 35 years ago. And you take for granted the fact that that's a lot of entertainers. That's a lot of entertainment people. And they're all dressed as pretty princesses. You recognize all the characters, whatever. Universal, you would do the daytime kids parade, and it'd be like, here's Baby Jaguar, and there's some monkey dancers, and then the rest is like just static figures or whatever on the float.
Yeah, for sure. They're really bad at that.
So like Secret Life of Pets was 100% static figures with 2 puppets. And like, that was it. Like the puppet was just like someone on a stick inside the float. This parade has like 100 and something performers, all being like Marty McFly and Doc Brown, or all the
And
Ghostbusters
the mayor
from both
from Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one moody
Chief Brody
Ghostbuster
and the mayor.
girl just walks around with like looking up at things. It's like
She's
She's
it's
autistic,
impressive
Dan.
in a
Be
way
nice.
that it's impressive in a way that you don't see from Universal. And I think when they first started, they had music issues and they didn't have some of the special effects. So a lot of people were like, the floats aren't very kinetic. And then they added some special effects. So it's a little better. And they finally fixed the music where the music plays from the floats. It's an interesting idea with the music. They're playing a background loop that is the theme from like the logo of Universal Studios, like the Universal Pictures logo. So it's like, dun, dun, dun. What's the song? I can't get it now in my head. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
dun.
A John Williams score.
No, that was
that's Fox. Am I doing Fox?
no, you're doing Universal.
Dun, 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 dun. They take that 30-second
Welcome back
loop
to Alicia Tries to Remember
bum.
Music.
and they loop it for like 45 minutes. So you're listening to this exact same 30 seconds over and over again.
Oh.
And then when the floats go by, they incorporate on the same beats per minute the themes for that movie or show or whatever it is into this same background loop. So the background speakers around you are playing while like and it somehow works. But as soon as that float leaves and you realize, oh God, it's still happening. You could kind of start to go crazy.
Yeah, Dan, just so you know, it was Jerry Goldsmith who wrote that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Not John Williams.
Not John Williams. So
Is that the Forrest Gump composer?
Jerry Goldsmith wrote as someone who literally has a public radio show about movie scores. It's let me see if I can do this right. Jerry Goldsmith did Gremlins, which is very popular, and Alien, and a slew of Poltergeist.
These are all scary things.
He was sort of known for that into things. The Mummy.
Okay, scary thing.
Scary thing. What did he do that wasn't scary?
You know, it is scary when giant words revolve around the earth.
Yeah. Well,
Block out the sun.
Well, Star Trek. I should have said that. He did the Star Trek: The Motion Picture. So the Next Generation theme, of course, is Jerry Goldsmith as well.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So those are the big ones.
So who am I thinking of? Horner?
You're thinking of Horner. Horner did Fox.
R.I.P.
I think.
Did Disney drop a bus wrap, just out of curiosity, when they announced the
Look, you know
date?
That's not real, right? You know we're just messing around.
I know it's not real.
All those bus wraps usually are from a week earlier, but it is a really funny gag.
It's a super funny joke.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite float? I'm curious if you had a favorite float.
Okay, well, the T-Rex that they just straight up purchased from Japan is amazing. The T-Rex ending the parade is the chef's kiss. It's so impressive. It's like almost twice as good as any other float just by its sheer impressiveness. And it looks good from every angle. Like, it looks movie quality, like from the front, which normally when you see T-Rex figures, they like make it look good from the side. And then you look at the front and it's all wonky looking. So really impressive.
Did they buy
T-Rex.
the whole parade unit, like with the balls and everything?
Yes. They have one gyrosphere ball, the raptor pen float, although they don't do the raptors coming out of the float the way Japan did. They just leave them up there. And then the T-Rex. So they bought at least those three. I don't know. I can't even... I think Jaws. I think Jaws is my favorite. And I think it's so funny that they made the Jaws shark look exactly like the movie. So he's got like the flap where the hinge was. Like, you could easily just make it look like a real shark, but no, it has to match the movie.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
and it
that's
has the
so
orca
funny.
and
I didn't
everything.
even think about that.
And Quint actor is like killing it up there with the
He looks so
chops.
good up there. And then the mayor is like, come to the beaches. The beaches are open.
Mayor and Chief Brody.
The
So
mayor
good.
is so great.
If you were to remove the T-Rex from the equation, Jaws, I think, is the most well put together new float. It's so perfectly created in every angle.
It does make me sad that we don't have Amityville anymore, or Amity Island, because Amityville is completely different. Amity Island, because I want those walkarounds. I want Chief Brody and the mayor so bad to just be walking around.
Well, there was a rumor they were going to do an after hours event that would have instead of scare zones like Howling Hornets, it would have like transformed different areas of the park into different movie fan stuff.
I mean,
like
isn't that what they're doing in Hollywood? Yeah.
I think it's kind of, but the Jaws was going to take over San Francisco. So we might have had that instead of like scare actors come up to you, you have like Chief Brody and the mayor. So maybe
what's
someday we'll
scarier
get
than
that.
bureaucracy, right? And red tape. That's so scary.
I think it's so funny that that Universal doesn't do that more and doesn't do it. It's so obvious that there's like this huge after hours crowd that just wants to eat up any content from Universal. Like, give us like a springtime movie.
They're doing
bash.
it in Hollywood. I think the reason maybe we're not getting it here is because they did just invest in a new lagoon show and a new parade and a new theme park. Yeah. So maybe next year or the year after, like, to get people to go back to studios, they'll start doing more after hours local stuff. Because I think they were going to do the same event in both coasts, and we just like didn't get it this time. So
interesting.
And we do get cool characters like that. We've had Doc Brown since 1990. You know,
that's true.
And
yeah, there are
he's
some
still
fun stuff.
he's
at
still
Universal.
out there.
Yeah. Do you think Epic will have parades?
I know that the permits have 2 locations for future parade buildings. So yes, but not to start.
Will they maybe just go around Celestial Park? Like, would that be the idea that because how do you get parades in and out of those tubes?
As you can see here. Right here is the future parade building to start. And there's an access road that goes right here. So you could go like this as a parade route through this little figure 8.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
This giant area here, I think, would be the parade route. But this is definitely right there, right next to the pool for this hotel, right there. It says Future Parade Building.
And like Epcot, while you still
audio podcasters, come to the YouTube channel if you want to know what that was all about.
It's in between Dark Universe and the hotel.
Yes.
Are there places for other portal holes in that picture?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if it's in this picture. Let's say. You can see all these trees here on the right side of the park, and all these trees here. Well, they moved over Donkey Kong for like concept purposes, but this area here and this area here, this is big enough to make another Super Nintendo World sized area next to Nintendo, and this is big enough to make like 2 Potters right here. This is huge.
Wow. Okay,
I have
so
a
there's
feeling
lots
we're
of
not gonna
Epcot expansion land.
Do you think
Yes.
we're gonna get another? I think Harry Potter's on the downswing. I think we're done. Do you think there'd be more Harry Potter, or do you think that it's going to be completely new IP beyond Nintendo? I think Nintendo definitely has something up there extra. But
I
what's
have
another?
no comment on the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at this time. I am void of opinion on this matter.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think it's interesting. We'll see how the HBO show goes if it happens and how it happens, because I think all the advertising, all the like news articles from like discussing film is like going to be more accurate to the books, and I'm like, those movies were pretty thorough. They only cut out like one thing, and it was the slavery.
Yeah.
So, like, Hermione's like, we shouldn't have, slaves in our houses. And everyone's like, check out this weirdo. Wants to not have slaves. So that's great. They'll be putting that in the HBO show. And we can really dive into all the characters being completely terrible except one. And then she gives up and realizes she was wrong. Because... yeah,
they want this. The slaves like it.
Yeah.
You see, because they're magical slaves.
We should have. That should have been the canary in the coal mine about old J.K. For us, I think.
I think that's the same concept as Willy Wonka, like in the original.
Oh my
Charlie
god, that's so funny! I was going to say the same thing. Yeah,
exactly the same thing.
These pygmies want this. The Oompa Loompas love it. I give them all the chocolate they want, and they listen to me. They do whatever I tell them.
They work for chocolate.
Yeah, the notoriously anti-Semitic roll doll. Yes.
And that's why they look that color. They're just rolled in chocolate, guys. They're not doing that. That's
what I'm telling you about minstrel shows, Dan.
I had to do the callback.
Wrap this up.
I can't believe this is where I'm going to be canceled.
Don't worry. There's, it's not a huge audience.
Oh, Alicia's safe, but I'm not. Okay, I see how it is. At the end of every episode, we love to talk about some of the fun stuff we're doing. There's lots of fun stuff going on. Nathan just had a really fun adventure. Nathan, tell the world what educational professor boring college stuff you just did in the coolest place ever.
Wow, Dan. Thank you.
That's a great setup there. Really selling it.
I just came back from the Themed Entertainment Association's SATE conference, and it's wonderful because
I thought it was satay.
Satay? No, that's
chicken on a stick.
Yeah, that's chicken on a stick.
That's why I was confused what you were doing at Dollywood. Well fed.
Yes, I did have probably chicken on a stick. I don't remember. I ate a lot. So anyway, I was at the Themed Entertainment Association's conference because I'm working towards bringing themed entertainment to my university, and it's very exciting. Woo! And it's a very great industry. And got to meet a lot of people, and that was wonderful. But also, we did it in the middle of Dollywood, and so when you're done for the day, you just go on rides and you hang out at Dollywood. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we, just me, I was the only one from my university, but ate some really excellent food. Went on the new I think it's called Big Bear Run, Big Bear something, roller coaster.
Dolly's Big Bears.
Well, she does love bears. There is literally signage that's like, we love bears. And I'm like, you know what you're doing, Dolly. I know what this is.
She is an icon for the gay community.
Yeah, Big Bear Mountain. Big Bear Mountain is sort of like a country fried Expedition Everest, where you're going after a big bear.
Nice.
And without an animatronic, but it was still a lot.
Do they serve bear
that's okay.
meat
Expedition
in the land?
Everest doesn't have an animatronic either.
No, that's true. Very good point. No bear meat, Dan, but I did have a great chicken sandwich, and I had an amazing. Just some amazing meatloaf, and the same company who runs Dollywood runs Silver Dollar City, so the food is like really, really, really good.
Canonically, you're just trying to get a photo of the bear. Are you hunting? Is the bear like terrorizing the town?
You're not hunting. You're just trying to get a photo of the bear. It's not like it's terrorizing in the sense that it's literally like stealing apple pies from window seals. Like it's.
He's after a picnic basket.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Oh, it's a Yogi situation,
but he's big.
A violent grizzly situation.
Yeah. So
interesting.
It's hard to beat going to Dollywood and going to TEA and meeting incredible people and having really interesting conversations about the themed entertainment industry. I would say it almost gets beaten by the fact that I had a day before I came back for hiking purposes in the Smokies, and I went up to Kauai, which has been renamed. It used to be known as Klingman's Dome, which is the highest point in the Smoky Mountains that you can go up to, and they went back to the original Cherokee name. So that happened last month, which is really cool. I went there for sunrise, and so I got these beautiful photos of the sun coming over the entire Smoky Mountains at like 6,000 feet.
Wow.
It was incredible. So that was one of the best nature experiences I've ever had too. So it's been a fulfilling but tiring week for me. But now I'm back here with Dan and all my fun people and back in the dirt. Off the mountain.
Wow, that sounds cool. Did you see like an eagle or anything?
No, I didn't see any. Well, I did. I saw some bald eagles because Dollywood has the world's largest collection of bald eagles that cannot be released into the wild, and so there was like
because they've grown too much hair. They have beautiful, luscious
They're too patriotic.
locks.
They're too patriotic.
And so now they just can't fly because of their mullets.
Yeah,
they're no longer bald. They're mullet
like
eagles.
Fabio eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Flowing.
beautiful. And there's so much, kind of Southern fried patriotism going around in that area that like they're just bursting with
Yeah,
quality
when you see
patriotism.
the size of a bald eagle, though, and you see the size of their talons, you wouldn't want to get in a fight with one of those things. You would want to just want to let it do its business. You know what I mean?
I once
Keep
saw
on
a
moving.
golden eagle at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, many years ago. The one from like The Rescuers Down Under, and I'm like, I thought it was like an exaggeration. That boy riding on this giant, it's like a 10-foot wingspan. This bird,
Yeah.
it's
Huge
terrifying.
Birds are big, man. Birds are big and scary.
Birds are dinosaurs. So.
Birds are
They
dinosaurs.
are. They
True
are
story.
dinosaurs.
So that's what I've been up to. It's been great. I had a lovely time. I ate cinnamon bread.
Yeah, I was going to ask. That's important.
What more can you ask for?
Right.
So, Dan,
Well,
what
when
have you
these
been
listeners, when these listeners are listening to what we're saying right now in their ears, I will be at IAPA, eating all the free pretzels one can enjoy. Actually, not really free. I don't do the free pretzel line. What is this? An episode of The Office?
That is a very long line.
Here's the real life hack, guys. Change your life. You go up to the slushy Dippin' Dots stand. Mm-hmm. You get Dippin' Dots. You put them in your slushy. Game changer. Game
You
changer.
had me until
Game
the slushy.
changer.
Also,
Game changer.
they own the soft pretzel company, the same company now.
Ben's?
So you get in that line, you're going to get Dippin' Dots, ices, and soft pretzels.
Oh,
But it's a pretzel bit. Meanwhile,
it
they
depends
give
on
you
what they're selling that year.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Are Beaver Tails
right,
still
right.
there? Are they still doing Beaver
Actually, I
Tails?
didn't see that last year.
So what? It's offensive that I ask about eating bear meat, but you could ask about eating beaver tails?
It really depends on what. No, we're stopping. That joke's not happening. That joke's not happening.
Damn.
Alicia is thirsty at this episode. First, we learned about her pimp history, and now she's got a lot of beaver jokes that she
Mine's
wants
in
to
the
make.
gutter. Mine's
What
in the
is
gutter.
going on? But I
is.
really like IAPA. I love networking, and I'm just going to go down there, me, a tripod, and a microphone. 2 microphones, because I can clip one on the person I'm talking to. And it's
Nice.
going to be great. I find some real weird stuff, and last year we did a couple vlogs for the Please Stop Vlogging, but this year I'm going to my goal is to have like an hour, 2 hour long, just me at IAPA talking to the theme park industry, because it's just the stories, the things I have learned by just talking to the guy with the mustache at the booth. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I have learned some incredibly crazy stuff that I had no idea existed, and it's really a magical place.
Hit me up on that Wednesday. I'll be there Wednesday. And I do also have the 2 microphones ready to click right into my phone, because I find if I have to pull a camera out, it's not going to happen. But if it's on my phone,
will you be in my episode? Can I interview you in the episode?
yeah, as long as you're there
Vertical
Wednesday.
integration. I'll ask you about beaver tails and pimp jars.
Everyone's going now. Now I feel left out. Maybe I'll find myself
still
down there. We'll see. We'll see.
There's still
There's
time.
an educators
You
conference.
can
going
show
on
up and
at
be
the
like,
same
I'm a
time.
professor. Let me in.
Let me in. No, I can actually go in. That's fine. But
Alicia,
Anyway.
you doing anything for fun?
Yes. Like Nathan, I got close to nature. I tripped over a tree root and landed on the ground and busted my knee open.
I
So
did
the
fall
That's
off
what
the
you're
mountain,
doing
just
for
like
fun.
you. Yeah.
That's what you're doing for fun, not...
You know what's fun for me? I'm going to go get some Chinese takeout, put my leg up, and watch some Camp Cretaceous. That's what's fun for me, because Universal always wants to announce everything when I am like very busy raising a child or busting my knee open and getting 12 stitches, and they need to just cut me some slack and give me a break. So I'm going to go, and what's funny, like my break is I'm going to go watch a Universal show. I'm going to go watch a Jurassic Park show on Netflix. But yeah, I'm looking forward to my nice little lunch. And then I'm going to go pick up I'm gonna go pick up Haley
What
from
do you
daycare.
What do you do for fun, Alicia? Oh, I'm getting Chinese takeout.
I'm getting honestly.
You've been a mother for 9 months, and you immediately gave the most mother response I've ever heard. I'm gonna have lunch.
I'm gonna have. It's gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna sit in silence
my
for 20 minutes.
You guys are a riot. You're a riot. Well, this has been fun. I've had a great time. I appreciate you coming in and educating me on the lore of Epic Universe. Things I didn't know. I learned so much today. And I'm definitely not going opening day. I'm not going to go opening week of Epic. The whole wishy-washy will they, won't they show up thing is terrifying to me. So I'm just going to steer clear for a hot second. I'll try to get into the previews.
Yeah, try to get to the previews if you have an annual pass. I would say it seems like, going by the UK tickets, that by January 1st, 2026, things will be fairly normal at Epic Universe. They're going to milk those 7 months or whatever for all it's worth. But when January 1st, 2026 comes rolling around, I feel like annual passes will start to offer the option to upgrade to add the park. They'll start offering every kind of ticket type. You'll be able to buy them sooner, but you might not be able to use them until, 2026. So we'll have a completely normal new theme park come 2026. Until then, they're going to fleece us for all we're worth.
Yep, it's truly the cost of being a theme park fan these days is to not have any money. So that's great. It's been great being a theme park fan.
That's what we get for showing enthusiasm for their product. They're going to charge us for it.
How dare they?
If they can only just give me a legacy pin or something that says charge me half. I'm paying enough. Well, it's been fun. Now the podcast is over, so go do other things now, I guess. Alicia, you can find her on the internet, just, wherever there's breaking theme park news, she'll be there.
Alicia, for those who might not know where to find you, where could they find you?
Everyone knows.
On YouTube, it's Theme Park Stop.
If they're listening, they know.
The blog is Orlando Park Stop. I was supposed to change it to themeparkstop.com, but I've been a little busy. And then you can find me on all the socials as Alicia Stella, and sometimes Alicia Stella Nova Resort, because why not?
Are you on Blue Sky yet? Because now
of course I'm on Blue Sky.
Popping.
I've been on Blue. I was one of the first 100,000 users on Blue Sky.
We popping over there now, Dan. You got I've gotten 100 new followers in less than 2 days because
it's scary. I don't know what's going on.
It's the same thing as Threads. It's just as useless.
No,
Twitter's is equally useless.
All the Threads is all corporations. Blue Sky is actual real people.
It's fun.
And now we finally have some of the cool people. So
where have I heard this before? Facebook. So I can't wait for some authoritarian to take over Blue Sky.
I'm going to get you over there, Dan.
And ruin the internet one day at a time. It's great.
And with that note,
peace, guys.
This has been a production of 710 Media.